finally, the poll numbers are starting to catch up with likely or definitely the most incompetent president we have had, the most felonious president we've ever had, the most ignorant president we've ever had. So let's go ahead and show those numbers. Okay, let me set it up this way. Donald Trump, we knew what his administration would look like. Progressives always knew that. Many Democrats knew that. And we know that many Americans knew that. But they chose Donald Trump rather than going against their own intrinsics, going against many a times their own prejudices. There is absolutely nobody who decides to be honest from within, who would have not seen that what we see out of Donald Trump right now is exactly as expected. And too many who have voted for this person simply allowed their inner prejudices to work. And the entire country, well, let's go further. The entire world is seeing that price that prejudice has, that thing that is so catastrophic, that it is so lack of allowing a critical thought process to go through. We have sentenced the world. We have sentenced many Americans. We have sentenced many of your children to a generation of failure because of this one election. We told you so. We knew so. None of this is a surprise. The poll numbers just happen to be catching up with the president right now. So I want you guys to take a listen that this did not have to be. But again, we caved to our prejudices, and this is what we've got. Check this out. We'll take it on the other side.
Tomorrow marks 100 days for Trump in office, and he is ringing that in with some very low marks. Let's go through some of them, starting with a new ABC News Washington Post poll, which finds just that 39% of Americans approve of the way Trump is doing his job. That's compared to 55% who disapprove. Back in February, mind you, those numbers were 45% positive and 53% negative. Trump's approval rating in this poll is lower than any past president at the 100-day mark of their first or second term. So this is historically low for President Trump. According to the Washington Post, Trump has seen a decline of 10 points among white people without a college degree, who, of course, are a key part of his political coalition. Trump's also down 13 points among adults who are under the age of 30. The Post also notes that Trump is underwater among independents, a group that he just narrowly lost back in November. Among that voting bloc, 33% approve of his job handling, while 58% disapprove. Let's dive into the issues now. Some of the top ones. More than 3 out of 4 voters oppose reducing federal funding for medical research. 7 in 10 oppose the administration's efforts to increase the government's role in how private universities operate. 2/3 of voters oppose Trump's efforts to end birthright citizenship. And more than 6 in 10 oppose shutting down the education department, cutting back environmental regulations, and freezing foreign aid that provides food and health care to poor countries. Those are all, of course, we've seen major parts of the first 100 days. But overall, voters said they trust Trump more than Democrats in Congress when it comes to handling the country's main problems. When it comes to the economy, Trump's approval stands at 39% who approve versus 61% who disapprove. Just 2 months ago, before announcing his sweeping tariff policy, 45% approved, while 53% disapproved. It's worth noting that President Biden's economic approval rating was 37% about a year ago. Another poll finds that President Trump is underwater as he approaches his 100th day in office. According to the latest New York Times Siena College poll, 42% of voters approve of the job Trump is doing, while 54% disapprove. Those numbers are even more troubling among independents. Just 29% approve, while 66% disapprove. Looking at specific issues in this poll, the president's pursuit of widespread tariffs is opposed to 55% of voters and 63% of independents. Trump's also underwater on the issues of immigration, managing the federal government, the economy, trade, the Russia-Ukraine war, and the case involving Kilmar Abrego Garcia. And if the 2026 midterms were held today, voters would back the Democrat over the Republican candidate in their district by 7 points. According to a new Fox News poll of registered voters, Democrats led Republicans 49% to 42% on the congressional generic ballot. Those results are similar to April 2017, which, of course, during Trump's first term in office, and are the largest lead for Democrats since October of 2018. Democrats are mostly ahead due to being preferred by voters under the age of 30, 60% to 33%, and by independents by a 2-to-1 margin, 40% to 18%. Joe, there's a series of polls that came out this weekend. One from Reuters had Trump's approval rating down to just 37%. But it is taken together, it is a snapshot here at the 100-day mark. 100-day mark that the Trump administration, we've talked to senior officials who thought they really started strong, that they were getting out there, getting their agenda done. They liked where they were, and they've seen here, particularly in the last month to 6 weeks, on issues that are supposed to be his strengths, immigration, and then namely the economy. He's taken real hits, and now he's historically underwater.
And now he's historically underwater. And you know what? It will only get worse because you know what? What hasn't showed up yet is the recession. You know what else hasn't showed up yet? The price increases from the prices that these folks are going to be paying going forward.
We spend a lot of time deconstructing the news, trying to parse it into a form that everybody can understand. We try to find those little nitpicks where it flies above the fray, etc. If you really like these videos that we do, I want to ask a big favor. Please go ahead. Number 1, subscribe to our channel. And number 2, please join if you can. Thank you so kindly for watching. Keep watching. Please remember to share. We must populate the entire internet with our progressive message, a message that we know is what most Americans say that they want. So help us, please join.